falls combine. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom and we will run tonight. We are a team. Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom and we will run tonight. We are a team. We can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs, whenever our foes combine. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.
By Bet365.
Time to take your seat. The thrills and spills of the Premier League, and Manchester City are the champions.
And a very good evening to you all, folks, and welcome back to Realltom Football. My name is Tom. I am the founder of Realltom Football. I'm going to bring you the watch on today, folks, for Newcastle United, who take on Wolves on part 2 of Super Sunday live in the Premier League. If you do watch your stream on a replay, then please do make sure you leave a like on stream and hitting that subscribe button if you are new. And thank you very much to everybody who has joined us here today. Kickoff is at 4:30. Yes, hello to you, Mr. Damn Official. I'm not gay. So welcome in then, everyone. How are we all doing? How are we all feeling? I'm going to go through the results at 20 past and your team lines for this 4:30 kickoff on part 2 of Super Sunday today. So we saw Gabriel Jesus return from an injury today for the Gunners. Big moment for him. Big moment. Huge. And goal scorers were Gabriel Magalhaes, who scored in 3 times in 4 matches against Fulham. And then Gabriel Martinelli on the score sheet with a header, and finished off by Odegaard in the first half. We defended in the second half. We won by 3-0 against Fulham. But now Newcastle are under pressure. Wolves on resurgence. Can Wolves pounce on a struggling Newcastle side at the moment? It would be a huge result if Wolves were to beat Newcastle today. All right, have a good one, mate. Enjoy your tea. A bit early for your tea, wouldn't you say? But yeah, enjoy your tea. Jamie Carragher. We love a bit of Jamie Carragher. Not. All right, yeah. Man United Southampton should be in this slot, I would say, personally. I have no idea why Newcastle Wolves has been the 4:30 selection, but there you go. Two minutes then, and we'll bring you today's team lineups and results. But Newcastle have had a few defeats. Lost to Liverpool, and then it's all just gone calamitous because they lost the Carabao Cup final. Yeah, it's a little bit of a concern for Newcastle at the moment, really. Wolves starting to resurge. And as I say, it'd be a humongous result for them if they were to win. Really would be. So let's have a look at the poll, see what's happening on the poll then. 80% of tonight's viewing are backing Newcastle. 20% saying a draw. Nobody out of 5 votes so far are backing Wolves. Right, it is time then to bring you some team news and results. Because the time is 16:20 p.m. in the UK. So, overall results then today. Manchester United drawing 0-0 with Southampton. A sending off for Casemiro in that. Let's have a little further delve into why and how Casemiro was sent off. Red card, Casemiro. No details there. So, Foul by Casemiro. He was booked, so it would have been serious foul play then. Card is upgraded to red. So it was a yellow upgraded to red. And he was sent off in that one. And Southampton dominated after that. But 0-0 it finished at Old Trafford. The late booking for Luke Shaw as well. And then Fulham 0, Arsenal 3 was the scoreline as we mentioned. West Ham United drawing 1 apiece with Villa. And don't forget, there's more coming up. On Wednesday, Brighton hosting Crystal Palace and Southampton to host Brentford. But West Ham drew 1 apiece with Villa. Ollie Watkins scored the opening goal in the 17th minute with an assist from Alex Moreno. And Saeed Benrahma in the 26th minute scored the equalising penalty, which settled the game. Let's have a little further delve, though, into why the penalty was given and what for. So Lucas Paqueta draws a foul. Leon Bailey with the foul in the box then. And a penalty was scored with a right-footed shot into the top left corner by Saeed Benrahma. And it finished 1 apiece at the London Stadium. So 1-0 West Ham and 1-1 it is. West Ham taking 4 points off Villa. Villa only taking 1 point off their opponents. West Ham so far this season. Bournemouth beat Liverpool by a goal to 0. That was the result of the week. But I was very happy to see the Arsenal claim all 3 points against Fulham with a 3-0 victory at Craven Cottage. And the lineups for our game with Newcastle hosting Wolves begins with Nick Pope in goal. The back four for Newcastle United sees Kieran Trippier, the captain, Sven Botman, Fabian Schär, Dan Burn in midfield. It's a free of Joe Willock, Sean Longstaff and Bruno Guimaraes. Leading the line, Alain and Saint-Maximin, Alexander Isak and Jacob Murphy. No Callum Wilson and no Miguel Almiron. Both of those 2 are dropped to the bench alongside Elliot Anderson, Matt Ritchie, Javier Manquillo, Matt Target, Jamal Lascelles, Paul Dummett and Martin Dubravka. For Wolves, they begin with Jose Sarr in goal. The back four for Wolves sees Craig Dawson, Johnny Otto, Nelson Semedo and Maximilian Kilman. In midfield, it's Mario Lemina, the Gabonese man formerly played for Fulham. Ruben Neves, the captain, Daniel Podence, João Moutinho and Adama Traore, who scored the winning goal last weekend. Raul Jimenez leads the line on the bench. Is Daniel Bentley, Ryan Aït-Nouri, Nathan Collins, Totti, Mateus Nunes, João Gomez, Pedro Neto, Hwang Hee-chan. We've not seen much of him, have we, this season, Hwang? I think he's only had like 2 appearances. And Mateus Cunha. And here's how the table's impacted after the results in the Premier League. So Bournemouth dropped into 18th place after West Ham got their point. And that is on goal difference by 16. Bournemouth on a minus 26 goal difference. And West Ham on a minus 10. It's what he does. Danzeling, Ruben Neves, Southampton stay bottom because after their point against Manchester United, Leeds United have dropped down to 19th position from 18th due to Bournemouth dropping into the relegation zone. But Bournemouth still go upwards. And Manchester United, after their point, going to 50 points. They are 11 points behind Manchester City and 16 points behind Arsenal. Win for Newcastle today would send them on to 44 points, which would send them 2 points above Liverpool. And as well, I believe as well, it would also send them above Liverpool on goal difference. A draw would do nothing. Well, a draw would do technically nothing. For Wolves, a win today will take them on to 30 points. They would go 1 place ahead of Crystal Palace. But they would need to win by a 5-goal margin because their goal difference is worse than Crystal Palace's. If they do not score more than 5, then they won't be able to go above Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, however, will have the opportunity to win again on Wednesday against Brighton if they were to claim points from that, and Wolves to win this by a 5-goal margin or whatever. They would go on to 30 points. No, sorry, I just completely messed myself up there. No, Wolves would go with Palace, but on goal difference, more than likely, if Palace were to win against Brighton, they would go right back above Wolves into 12th comfortably. Brighton with a win though, would take them all the way onto 42 points above Newcastle and above Liverpool on goal difference. But they would need to win yet again by a 5-goal margin or a 4-goal margin. Southampton host Brentford on Wednesday, and that means that if Southampton won, they would go on to 25 points and would climb out of the relegation zone. And I say all the way out, nobody can stop Southampton from climbing out of the relegation zone if they were to beat Brentford. A draw would send them level on points with Leeds, but still they would stay bottom on goal difference. And a win for Brentford on Wednesday would take them on to 41 points, which would take them all the way above Brighton. And in fact, yeah, that's how it would work out. And they would move up into 7th. So hey Jude, blasts around St James's. It is now time to get ready for kickoff here at St James's Park for Newcastle, who take on Wolves. It was a shower, not your tea. You think 1-1, do you, mate? Nice. We go with Newcastle, says Zita Aurora Duran Garcia. Do you know what? I have a heart for Wolves today. I think Wolves could claim all 3 points, to be honest with you. I think Wolves can do this because they're on the resurgence. I see a Wolves win here tonight. Kate and Jonathan won't like me for that, but I do see a Wolves win. You must be a Villa supporter then, because the only penalty that was taken in the Premier League so far on Super Sunday was in West Ham versus Villa, which saw Saeed Benrahma equalise for West Ham United. I didn't see it though, so I can't even comment, to be honest with you, mate. I really can't. Here we go. The teams are out. 2-0 Wolves, yep. I'm going to say 1-0 Wolves, but 2-0 Wolves is very reasonable. It finished West Ham United 1, Villa 1. Saeed Benrahma and Ollie Watkins both on the score sheet. Villa would have actually won by a goal to 0 had that penalty not been given and Saeed Benrahma had not scored. But it was a brilliantly taken penalty by the looks of it by Saeed Benrahma. So Newcastle then versus Wolves is our last part of the weekend today, this weekend, because there's no Monday night football, there's been no Friday night football, but tomorrow is our Italian Serie A debut with AC Milan in action. That's an awful photo of Julian Lopetegui. But it's plenty of action to come in midweek, including Champions League action, Europa League with Arsenal in the second leg against Sporting Lisbon. And then Friday, it is back to the Premier League with Newcastle in action again at Nottingham Forest. He's had 12 shots in the last 10 appearances, 7 on target, 1 goal, and plenty of assists. He's starting today, Isak. There's Craig Jules as well, former West Ham man who's moved to Wolves. In fact, on his debut, he scored a winning goal against former side West Ham. Quite ironically. Yes, 4:30 again for Andy Madley. He was in charge of Liverpool 7, Man United 0. In charge now of Newcastle Wolves. Should be about to get underway then. Already 2 minutes delayed. So our thoughts go in Ukraine ahead of kickoff. And Newcastle versus Wolves is underway. And yes, the snow's cleared, I think, pretty much. And we're starting to head into spring weather. There'll be rain next week. Big chance for Wolves, I agree. Big chance for Wolves to win, yeah, but Newcastle should win. Well, you say that, but they've been in a bad form recently. Newcastle United. It would be a big boost for them if they were to win this match, but Wolves are on a resurgence. So it's out that relegation zone, and there's a nice take from Jose Sarr. Yeah, 1-0 Wolves sounds about right to me, yeah. Because they will defend well. Similar to Newcastle. But Wolves have been scoring more goals than Newcastle. Yeah, particularly in 2023. If he's crossed, Jose Sarr did well under pressure from Isak. But what a game earlier, eh? Fulham Arsenal. It's always going to be a brilliant one. Fulham Arsenal. It was a much better game at the Emirates, more competitive, but yeah, it was a great game yet again. Murphy, that will go out. That will go out. No, Maximan keeps it in, but Semedo didn't let him go anywhere. Favourites, Nestle after 8. or celebrates, as it says on this packaging. A chance for Jacob Murphy today to show himself a little bit more. Rower on the bench. Yeah. Leno would prefer to be with us. We know that. No, he did play poor today, Leno. I'm not going to lie about that. We should have gone for the demolition job, though, to really show Leno, to expose Leno a bit, if you like. Traore clipped. He's in a lot of pain, Adama Traore. Trippier protesting, but that's definitely a foul. Slides in Trippier. It's a yellow card. He looks to have really hurt Traore there. That's dangerous going in like that. So 67% back in Newcastle, 14% saying draw, 29% back in Wolves, and back in by Neves. Okay, by Murphy. Moutinho has done well to take that down. Here's Daniel Podence. Podence with Moutinho alongside him. Cut out by Murphy. Podence wants it straight back. And now, here's Sam Maximan with a chance to run. Send it into Isaac's path and well cut out by Dawson. Sam Maximan, I agree with this, actually. He hasn't been the same since as last season when he was dancing around the ball, making spins, scaring players. I mean, Almiron had a good spell this season. And here's Adama Traore for Wolves. In towards Jimenez, who was going in for the header. Wolves have definitely been better on the attacking front in these opening 5 minutes. Adama Traore is very lightly down that wing. He's finding space. I'm in minute 6. 6:41 and right whereby he's sat there to win the ball back. Here's Joe Willock and Bruno Guimaraes central. Got a little nick on his left shin from Ruben Neves. Nibble. So Maximan. Trippier onto Dan Burn. Gets the cross in there. Hangs it towards Isak. And covered at the back post by Nelson Semedo out for a Newcastle United corner. That was a nice bit of swift bit of play there from Newcastle. Really was. Super swift, very slick. They've won themselves a corner here. In the 7th minute against Wolves. It's a short corner to Almiron. Not Almiron, Trippier from Sam Maximan. Dancing around. Plays it back to Trippier. Trippier, well, oh. And then Moutinho win it back. It's flagging. And free kicks given the way of Wolves. He is a bit rough, isn't he, Trippier? And yes, that's a few times this season he'll get sent off, I reckon. For sure. He's a rough right back, he is. But he's also Newcastle's captain. He has for Guimaraes, who's done well. That's that Maximan left into Murphy. Wins. No, doesn't win a corner. Well prevented by Jose Side. Had a deflection. Kilman. To Sir. The head of Jimenez, who did take a tumble as he was going for that ball. From Share to get it out wide to Sam Maximan again. Pulls it across for Guimaraes. And I thought that was a clean tackle, to be honest with you. Will be a free kick on the outside of the box in the D. I don't think that's a foul. And Bruno Guimaraes, I think it's a little bit dramatic. Newcastle have a free kick and Trippier probably will take it. Probably not. No, I wouldn't beat a drama trio. No way. He's strong, he's big, he's bulky. Trippier takes, hits the wall. He's 6-man wall of Wolves. Back by Adama Traore, there you go. Oh yeah, of course I'd beat Slabhead. Take my opponents. Moutinho making the run through the middle. He's advanced central. Neves. Excellent, likes a shot from distance. But he gets the ball across. Semedo arriving. Took a deflection, which wasn't seen by the officials. So goal kick is the decision. Definitely was a foot in there by Byrne. Should be a corner. And Byrne looks to be limping a little bit. Maybe slightly unfit. And Byrne. Murphy ahead of him. Murphy's claiming he was being pulled, but it's fair to me. Johnny Otter basically is him out of the way. Nothing wrong with that. We'll try a Windsor throw in from Joe Willett. Semedo will take the throw. That Kilman. Nervous, but did well. Using the green face green smiling emoji 4 times and video call. Burn to Bruno Guimaraes. And Dan Burn wins the corner for Newcastle United. Your uncle's a Newcastle fan, is he? You hope Newcastle win 3-1. I think Wolves will win, but for your uncle, hopefully they'll win. Yeah, Wolves, I think they have been better in the attacking sense. Yeah, I agree. Wolves have looked more threatening. Also, Maximan, now that's a big chance with Isak's header. Comfortable for Sarp. Johnny Otto. Martin House giving us a bit of history. Followed by Kilman back. Then cleared by Trippier. And falls to Dawson. Clears it for Wolves. And then picked up by Sam Botman. It's Dan Burn. Longstaff on to Murphy. Botman and Press did well. Neves wins it back. And Semedo. Traore is forward. Deflection through and comfortably cleared in the end by Sher. Forward by Lamina, putting pressure on Burn. Was Nelson Semedo. Okay. See you later, mate. Have a nice tea. Well, it's not really a game that glitters and shines when you hear about it, Newcastle Wolves, but most certainly it's an interesting competition because these two sides very much are defensive based. Okay. Didn't know. How am I thinking about it? Out for Newcastle's front. Better say he kept it in, but not so. Minota got that head injury course a couple of years ago with a head clash. Head clash with David Luiz, of course. Against Arsenal, Mexican. So he's one of the main focal points in Wolves' attack. Jimenez, after he came back on the injury, still wears a small headband. Mina onto Podence. It's a purposeful attack. Scampered there. They might have gone out of a corner, actually, that. Like it just crossed the line, but there's no goal line technology to confirm whether or not that goes out of a corner or not. No VAR. We'll get involved with that. So Podence. Traore pulls it back. Chance maybe for Neves to shoot. Plays it to Johnny Otto. Lamina. 90 minutes on the clock. Newcastle 0, Wolves 0. Oh. Trippier wins it back. Longstaff. Nice man. Burn arriving. He's coming in. Burn. He's still going. And in the end, Wolves clear their lines. Through Kilman. Oh, that's a mistake by Nick Pope. It's a pen. Oh. This will be interesting. It's a pen in it. It's a pen. Completely wipes his man out. He definitely took him in as out. Is that him? Yeah, he definitely took him in as out. I mean, that is a point-blank penalty for me. And how that's not gone to VAR. So Neves, of course, injured. Just getting some treatment after a slight collision with Backdown Burn. Well, that was a foul. That one was the one on Semedo, the one on, and then Pope. I mean, how Andy Madley cannot see. I mean, I understand that he's on the other side of the pitch, but it's a pen. Yeah, if I was Julian Lopetegui, I'd be like, that is a penalty. And it is a penalty. It's not been given. It's a poor decision by Andy Madley and his officiating team, because Pope quite literally he takes Jimenez clean out. Is Dawson. Traore. Pressure on Burn. Fans saying that's a foul. Definitely not a foul. Jimenez again near Pope. To catch him out. I definitely think PGMOL will come out and say that's a mistake. Because it is. Should have been a Wolves pen. Because it would. Traore. Martinez back to. Well, this time it's Nelson Semedo arriving. Actually. Right. Hard there. Coleman. Nevers. Back to Kilman. To reverse the ball to Podence. Shea couldn't get that forward. The chance here maybe for Moutinho. Took a little bit too long in getting the shot away. Look, and Pipsqueak defending as he cleared it away. 25-minute mark. Newcastle 0, Wolves 0, away by Dawson that time. Staff, that's a foul by Raul Jimenez. He's tracking back. Concedes the foul. You just had that feeling that this game's going to drag on for a while. Because when it's not necessarily end-to-end, time does drag on. When it's niggly midfield battles, the matches start to, more shots. But there's the header, it's in. Isak for Newcastle on the free kick. Heads into the corner. And Newcastle United had the lead. They have a goal. They had the lead. Alexander Isak. 26 minutes on the clock. Newcastle are 1-0 up. It's a great ball into the box, and it's a fabulous little feather header by Isak. He was looking at the free kick taker, spins that head and feathers it into the bottom corner. Has direction, goes down low, and it's difficult for Sarr to get across. So Newcastle 1-0 up against Wolves here. There's an hour trial, right? Bringing Wolves forward. So Maximan. And Isak is away once more. Isak. Murphy set up to scramble. It's still and it's come off Dawson's leg. From Willett. Isak pace runs him behind, onside. This is across. It was Willock in the end and comes off Dawson's leg and goes wide. It was on target initially. Selection. Crucial. So Trippier to take this corner for Newcastle. It's deep. It's headed away by Dawson, who jumped tall. Traore could have let a break then, but defending. Once again, Pipsqueak and Share. How many matches left today, Bruno? Said the Premier League 1. Jimenez. Save. Pope. Isak's coming again. In behind again. Round Dawson and hit the shot with power. It was blocked well by Dawson, who recovered. Welcome back. It was Alexander Isak. The header, feather header, bottom corner. There you go. Murphy towards Willock. Properly, Zinchenko back in. Got Trippier, sorry. It's Maximan. Makes the shot. He got the cross away and headed away by Dawson. Paul Mercenate. Wolves played well to the point they conceded the goal, and need to get through to half time. There's about 13 minutes or so. Keep it 1-0, going at half time. Lopetegui will definitely have a chat with them. Improve second half a little bit. Oh, it's Shah who's coming in. And Sarr did well to grasp a ball. He takes foul space again. Behind again, but he tried to play it back to his teammates and Maximan. Cut out well by Kilman. He was nowhere to be seen at first. Was it his birthday to Maximan? Why does... Well, Premier League haven't said happy birthday to Maximan. No idea it was his birthday. Happy birthday, Alan. In the corner. Trippier to take this corner again. A quick drink. Ball on the floor. Now take the corner. Swinging again and well defended at the back post. Shot from range by St. Maximan, deflected behind corner. Oh my word, round the back. Came off the par by Guimaraes. Wolves need half time. Here's Trippier again with another cross in. Headed out. Drop in the end for Newcastle's throw in. Opponent trying to stop Trippier. He's never going to succeed. Arteta's 100th win today. That's it. First one is Boss versus Man United. Today, Kate came 1st of January 2020. It's another corner now. Lots of pressure on Wolves. It's around the back. Oh, bit of Arteta memories. What? What's happened? Wolves got a free kick. They finally managed to get themselves out of their own box. Part time. It's Daniel Podence. Oh, it is the post. How close is that for an equaliser to Wolves? Wow. Pope was beaten. Wolves creeping in, had enough power. Rattled the post. That's about as close as Wolves have come. Besides the penalty appeal, which should have been given as well, I must say. I reiterate that was a pen. With a foul on Raul Jimenez. Might be a chance here for Semedo as he's breaking. Traore joining in, and the ball's played across. Played by Cher for Newcastle. And now Sam Maximan can feed Isak. Murphy's joining him in the attack. Isak. Willock arriving. Willock will fall for Jacob Murphy. Goes out for the throw. Wolves can get bodies back. Trippier. Murphy out wide. Nice feet from Jacob Murphy. Fires the cross for Joe Willock. Sets up some Maximan who tries to, I don't know whether that was a shot attempt or a attempt to cross. Either way, it was blocked. Burn to Guimaraes. Jacob Murphy tries a shot from range. Got the ball for Sarr straight at him. Right, okay. I would not like to talk about that. Excuse me. Traore might be a chance here for Semedo. And Burn did well. Composure from Dan Burn for Newcastle. It's a tweeting. So Johnny Otto towards Podence. Still 4 minutes for Wolves before the break. They probably will want half time though, so they can reset. Best thing for them. Neves. And Semedo. Down line to Traore, who's advanced. To go to cut back, wins a corner. And Burn on the cover. Wolves get the corner. Corner sent in. Dawson got a touch. Neves will keep it alive. Tadine got the ball across, but not really enough distance. It's a great tackle by Moutinho. Strong and did well. Now Podence can spin away. In stepped Isak. And Newcastle can instep forward. So Maximan pulls it back. He's stuck on the edge of the box. Back forward by Longstaff. And Guimaraes to Murphy. That once Murphy clipped by Podence. He's going to get booked, Daniel Podence. Trippier then to take this free kick and just under a minute on the clock remaining. 44 minutes on the clock. Again, at a time. 1 minute at the max. Share and away by Neves. Sven Botman. Hit the 45-minute mark, which we're waiting for officials to indicate the added time amount. Two minutes added on at the end of the first half here. I'm surprised it's two. There's been barely any stoppages. Besides about 30 seconds worth of injuries. Yes. Might be tested for some Maximan. Yeah, I think this will go 1-0 half time. Wolves. Well, Julian Lopetegui will definitely talk about the penalty or in post match, and of course, what it's about really for Wolves is just to try and reset, maybe get an equalising goal. That could come now. Adama Traore. Sit back in Neves. Flips it in. Wolf up opponents. Post once already in this match, and opponents again. Coutinho clips it in. Semedo for the header. Over Neves. Does. And Andy Madley has blown the half-time whistle here. About 3 seconds early. And St James's, at the moment, is 70% happy, I'd say. Because that's around about how much of the stadium is filled with Newcastle fans. It's been a positive first half for them. But really, Wolves have had a penalty. A few players hit the bar. Podence hit the post. Nick Pope should have conceded a penalty. Newcastle scored with a great header from Alexander Isak. And at the break, they lead by 1-0. Back in a few.
By Bet365.
Time to take your seat. The thrills and spills of the Premier League, and Manchester City are the champions.
I tried to fight alone. 'Cause sometimes we just don't know that we can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs whenever our foes can lie. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.
By Bet365.
Time to take your seat. The thrills and spills of the Premier League, and Manchester City are the champions.
Back after the short break, folks. 1-0 Newcastle is the scoreline at the break. Isak with the goal. Oh, see, games like this do bore me a little bit, you know what I mean? I would have appreciated a better game on Sky today at 4:30, to be honest with you. Newcastle Wolves. I knew it was going to be a really defensive, boring game, but it is one of those small fixtures which will be televised. Unfortunately, we just have to deal with it on Super Sunday sometimes. You know, there's been plenty of occasions where I have been bored out of my skin with games, but that is life. Yeah, but what a night. It looks beautiful at Cranium Cottage. You can see through the window of the studio on Sky. And, well, great game for us earlier. Great win. Move on to Crystal Palace and Sporting. 3 consecutive home games. Sporting, Crystal Palace, and Leeds, and then away to Liverpool. So we should get 6 more points from next 2 Premier League games. And then the challenge of Liverpool at Anfield. There's the penalty claim. Look, that's one. Absolutely a penalty. I mean, Andy Madley should be going to the monitor without even a doubt. Takes him out. Nick Pope, it's a pen. Jimenez is taken out. And to make matters worse, Newcastle scores 6 minutes later. It's a great header by Isak, though. Yeah. PGMOL will have something to say about that, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a really poor decision. But it could have been a red card. Right. Second half will be next. Never let you go. So, thoughts on the game then, guys? Personally, I've not found it too entertaining, exciting. I haven't really had that from this game. I think it's been all right, but it certainly could have been better. Just gonna double check something on Sky Go because I want to see if there's if my program's on tonight after this. Yes, it is. It is. It is. Series 3, episode 10 of my 22 Kids and Counting, which is what I like to watch after football at 8 o'clock. When Noel and Sue reflect on why they have such a big family. Noel has to go more about his birth parents, leading to discoveries of potentially life-changing consequences. Interesting. Muy interesante. Yeah. Muy interesante. That's on 8 o'clock, Channel 5. We'll Key washable. Blue sketches, yeah. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Certain adverts do have some right tunes on them. About 2 minutes, second half, and on the YouTube channel, you want to find some commentary. Where can I get some from? Other than me, try Sober School maybe. Get the commentary there. Fraser does it sometimes. My former vice chairman. Get some commentary off there, and put a heat map on or something. I'm not entirely sure. I don't do it that way. I just come on when I can. You know, I like to do it the authentic way, really. You know, just being able to come on here, provide my own commentary. Of course, it's safe, yeah. It's safe because Fraser does it. Fraser Football, yeah. He did it for West Ham Villa earlier. It's quite safe.
So when you think about Casemiro's impact overall, you think about this, as you just said, it's not the first red card that he's had, but because he's had 2, now he's going to have a 4-match ban upon appeal, of course. How much of an impact is that on your team going forward?
Yeah, but that is not the issue, and we will deal with that. The deal is that this
4-match ban for Casemiro.
Influenced.
Happy.
They took the clock with them to Craven Cottage. Fraser, yo. Can you can you answer this for him, please, mate? He wants to find commentary for his streams. Big moment today, earlier, Sky Jesus returned. Oh, sorry, you slash scores.
Casemiro played over 500 games in Europe. He never.
Yeah, Fraser uses slash scores. And he says, how do you get it to work? Fraser will guide you through the process. Comes Isak, and there's going to be a substitution for Wolves. Neto. It's going to come on, Pedro Neto. Yeah, it's been an alright day. We won earlier. Can't really ask much more. Wolves need a spark. Could that be Pedro Neto? After 2 games, he gets 90 minutes. Pedro Neto, we're underway for the second half. Hey up, Mr. Damn Official, how you doing? Come back. Any chance here for Wolves? Sounds like a deal underneath it. There's there as well. Semedo. Neto. And Ruben Neves. Couldn't really find a proper free ball into the box. Newcastle. This is pretty mean Wolves defence. Defend well, just can't attack well. Bit of a squint of goal for Daniel Podence. Good, guys, hear it. Is it? Oh, it's your dog's birthday, is it? Nice. Could be 9. Cool. You doing anything for it? I mean, you don't really need to do much for his birthday because, you know, he's not going to know it's his birthday. You know, maybe sing happy birthday to him. Semedo into Neto ahead. 4-4. Bloody hell. Ah, nice. Treats and toys. Ruben Neves has a pop. Fraser, I think that might be aimed at you. That one. Yeah, that's not really a question that I can answer. Dawson heads it forward. Where did you not hide him from him? You know what I mean? And you should have probably put him in his cage whilst you wrapped them. You know what I mean? Because I presume when your dad wraps your birthday presents or Christmas presents, you know, you're in bed or something like that. Yeah, I think you'll be able to figure out yourself, mate. I unfortunately cannot answer that question because obviously, you know, I don't do it that way. But, yeah. It's watch the games, commentate on them. And yeah. Well, first in the Premier League, still Newcastle rank. 17 goals only they've conceded. Clean sheets, 12 also top in that rank, but level. with I think it might be Man United. I'm not sure though. Try to whip it across. Turn back to Sarr. We have officially got past the 5:30 mark. We're on 5:41, which would normally be the time. Well, would normally be 10 minutes into a match at this time on a Saturday. But an hour earlier on a Sunday. Start at 2, finish at 6:30. Football on Sundays. And Saturdays usually starts at Dull Pope. Again, nearly caught out. I mean, Jimenez looks to be a bit of pain with the leg. Yeah, slow. Just catch him. Does catch him. Oh, I hate the international breaks. Hate the international breaks. It's like, it's just such a hammer blow for us because, well, we've been bushy-tailed a lot of the season. We've had some good, Crystal Palace, international break. Yes, it is a 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, the 1st of April, televised by BT Sport. At Liverpool's next game run, I'll tell you, for Liverpool and Arsenal. Good. The run for Liverpool and Arsenal, well, for the international break, we've got Crystal Palace. Liverpool are not in action next weekend. Man City versus Liverpool is their first fixture back after the international break. Arsenal play Leeds. Then the following weekend, in midweek on the 4th of April, you guys play Chelsea away from home. We don't have a game in hand. Saturday the 8th of April, you guys will play against us at 4:30. That's correct, yeah. Yeah, I'm not watching it. Right, I'll rate it later. I'm not watching Liverpool Arsenal. I've decided to refrain from watching the game. So we'll be doing Southampton, Man City, and a German Bundesliga game on that Sunday the 9th of April. Um, 15th of April, we play West Ham. You guys play Leeds on the Monday. And on that Friday, we play Southampton. You guys are not televised in your fixture against Nottingham Forest. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Then West Ham play Liverpool 15 minutes before Arsenal kick off at the Etihad against Manchester City on Wednesday, 20th of April. Guimaraes. We play at 5:30 against Chelsea on the 29th of April. You guys play on the 30th at 4:30 against Spurs. So that's Man United's beaten out. And then Newcastle and Arsenal on the 6th of May. You play Brentford. 13th of May, you play Leicester. We play Brighton. 20th of May, we play Forest. You play Villa at home. Final day, you guys play away to Southampton. We play Wolves at home. Rate the edit he wants me to do. Right. Rate the edit. First thing I'm going to say is that the music is horrible on it. But I like the... yeah. Let me go back. Arsenal to win the Premier League, you say? Barcelona, no. La Liga will be Real Madrid. Napoli will win Serie A. PSG will win Liga. Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund to win the German Bundesliga. Yeah. West Ham to win the Europa Conference. Yes. No, Arsenal will not win the Europa League. And that'll be Manchester United. And Real Madrid, yes, they will win the Champions League. Lionel Messi will not win the Ballon d'Or. That will be Cristiano Ronaldo. So another free kick here. This time it's the way of Wolves. Can they utilise it? In the 57th minute. St James's. Newcastle 1, Wolves 0. Isak's goal the difference. Newcastle with a 4-man wall. Willock, Share, Byrne. All involved in it. And Pedro Neto. Wow. Nick Pope made a really good save there. That was going in on Nick Pope. It was powerful. A great free kick. Smedo. To bring his man down. Let's see what the Serie A are saying. Roma 1. Sassuolo 2. And Kumbulla for Roma has just been sent off right before half time. His books are made over that. Not the denial of a goal opportunity, a yellow card. It was not the last man. So no, yeah, that's about to go for half time. Roma 1, Sassuolo 2 in the Serie A. Trippier. Couldn't catch out Jose Sarr there. So the match report. Berardi's just scored for Sassuolo. 3-1. We'll be keeping an eye on Milan versus Salernitana tomorrow at 7:45. Neves coming in at the back post. Here's 3-1. Sassuolo. Roma getting beaten. Good table. Well, Roma here dominated the ball in this game. Conceded 3 fouls. Roma must be really. I mean, Jose Mourinho is probably going to get sacked at some point. The 5th, and they're losing to 12th place Sassuolo. Coutinho with a short corner, Kilman on the move. Podence in, saved by Pope, parried away by him. Yeah, Cremonese, Sampdoria, and Verona, bottom of the Italian Serie A. 5 points ahead of Atalanta. Roma at the moment in the table. Napoli leading by 18 points ahead of Inter Milan. AC Milan in 4th on 47 points. Lazio 1 point behind Inter on 49. And of course, Roma, they lose. And Atalanta win the next game. It could. Well, I mean, yeah, they're basically. I mean, Atalanta, they did win. No, they lost to Napoli. But if they'd won, you'd feel as though be feeling a little bit tied up there for Roma. Because when you look, well, Atalanta, if they'd have won, they would have been on 45 points. And Roma would have only had a 2-point gap ahead of them in the table, which most certainly would seem tight. And Roma are battling for their Europa League spot. Atalanta would get it anyway by finishing 6th. Of course, same with the Premier League, 2 teams will never has a chance. Yeah, same with the Premier League, 2 teams will qualify for Europa League. 1 team will qualify for Europa Conference, 4 qualify for Champions League. Well, still 1-0 Wolves, 27 minutes to play. I need entertainment because I'm starting to get a really, really, sorry to say it, bored of this match. Should not be very high quality. We actually won by the largest scoreline this weekend. No side this weekend has won by a bigger margin than us. 1-0. There was 2 of those, 3 of those. Bournemouth beating Liverpool by 1-0. 1-0 for Everton Brentford. Leicester were beaten 3-1 by Chelsea, a 2-goal margin. Tottenham winning by the same scoreline against Nottingham Forest. Newcastle, if they win, be a 1-0 win. And we won 3-0 as opposed to 3-1. So we have won by the biggest margin this weekend. 3-0. Well, look, with Murphy coming in and... Well, at Craven Cottage last time, we did finish 3-0. It was on BT Sport. Lacazette, Gabriel and Aubameyang all on the score sheet. Well, we did the double of Fulham in 2002 and 2001. 02, 03, did the double over them as well. With a 1-0 win away, a 2-1 home. We'll be struggling for those clean sheets at home to Fulham. 03-04 was the season when Fulham got their first point against us. They drew 0-0 at our ground, and then we were won by a goal to 0 at theirs. 04-05, we beat them 3-0 and got our first clean sheet with a win at home to Fulham. 3-0 at their ground, 2-0 at theirs. 3-0 at their ground, 2 at ours. Then 05-06, 4-1 to the Arsenal, 4-0 to Arsenal at Craven Cottage. And 06-07 was the first time that they beat us. They beat us 2-1 with Brian McBride and Tomasz Radzinski on the score sheet. Van Persie got the consolation goal, but Phillips Senderos' red card will have actually took the game away from us. But we beat them 3-1 in 07. In 07, we played them at home again. We beat them 2-1. Then beat them 3-0. And then 08-09, Fulham took 4 points off us. We didn't get a win against them that season. They would beat us 1-0. And the goal in that one actually came from Brede Hangland, who's now registered with Crystal Palace. And since then, it's finished 1-0 to the Arsenal and 4-0 to the Arsenal 09-10. Another one of those seasons where we didn't concede a goal to them. And Isak's coming off here after a booking. 10-11, 2-1 to us, 2-2 at their ground. 11-12, 1-1. And then they beat us 2-1. That was their third win against us. Bobby Zamora and Steve Sidwell. On the score sheet to win Fulham the match. Laurent Koscielny got our opening goal, but Fulham completed the comeback. Red card, though, in 78th minute pretty much led to that Fulham turnaround. With Johan Diorug getting sent off for Arsenal. 3-3. Well, it has been a mixed fixture, really. Mixed results, you know. It's a great derby to watch as well, Fulham Arsenal. Always a real battle. And our next opponents are Crystal Palace in the Premier League. 2 o'clock kickoff again. And, well, first time in around about just under 2 years, we beat them 2-0 at Selhurst Park. Oh, it's Hwang, the substitute. Hwang's new Wolves back into the game, 1-1. It was an open goal, 1-1. And as it is with Chelsea Man United, a predominant scoreline in this fixture, 1-1, 69 minutes and 39 seconds on the clock. Newcastle 1, Wolves 1. Equaliser from Hwang. Yeah, Crystal Palace have got a great run against us either. Only if they've ever won against us 4 times. Out of 27 fixtures played, we've won 15 and they've withdrawn 8. We've actually won more times away from home against Crystal Palace than at the Emirates. They have a better record away to us. We've got more wins at Selhurst Park. Trippier. Yeah, this fixture. We've drawn 10 times. Only 5 times as a team won this fixture. The last team to win it was Newcastle. But plenty of 1-1s in it. You can see it was a 2-2. Plenty of 1-1s, yeah. Well, this fixture has finished 1-1. 2, 3. Nine times down the years. One time it finished 2-2. 9 times this fixture has finished 1-1. But, well, this may not be any Molineux for Wolves, where they beat Newcastle 2-1 with Hwang getting both the goals. But they didn't put it back from coming from behind, but Hwang scored in the 20th minute. Newcastle equalised through Jeff Hendrick, and then in the 58th minute, Hwang did score Wolves' winner. And did he get a shove in there? Yeah, I'm going to have a look. Yeah. Yeah, not a pen. But it was silly from Jimenez. Well, the centre. Stab cleared by Semedo. Almiron, who is on. Beaten to it by Hwang. Wolves looking to counter-attack. And it goes out just for a Newcastle throw to discuss of Daniel Podence. Miguel Almiron. Nathan Collins, a youngster for Wolves, is going to come on to replace Nunez. Now, why did that say he's had 2-4s on it? Jao Mooney got the captain's armband from Neves, is now going to have to hand it over. Not sure who to. Coutinho off. Irishman Collins on. for the remaining 15 minutes plus added time of this match at St James's. 1-1. The famous predominant scoreline is fixture. Finished 1-1 over 9 times between these two down the years. Dawson. The ball towards Neto. Passed by Huang. Shifts it on to Lamina. Nathan Collins, the substitute, who's just come on. Alright, Nori. And back to Jose Sarr. Send the ball forward. Over there to Huang. Chested down. Kilman will nod it back again to Jose Sarr. Well, that's a terrible mistake by Collins substitute here. Byrne. The costly Murphy. With the ball into the box. Let's give it chase. Toppled over. No foul. No contact. No foul. 77 minutes on the clock. Poll-wise, 69% back in Newcastle. 8% saying a draw. 23% back in Wolves and Murphy. Newcastle's next challenge is Nottingham Forest on Friday. City Ground. And some of the Premier League fixtures taking place are Chelsea against Everton. And of course, Man City West Ham and the Brighton game have both been rescheduled. Yeah, Liverpool meant to play Fulham next weekend. They're not in action due to the FA Cup. Man City were due to play West Ham, but the FA Cup means that West Ham don't get a game. Man City progressed. Brighton's progression in the FA Cup means Newcastle don't get a game either. And Brighton. This is Man United. In fact, has also been posted. In fact, that's incorrect. Newcastle Brighton is no. So no, Newcastle Brighton was not postponed due to the FA Cup. That was due to the Carabao Cup final. Almiron, fed by Willock. It's 2-1. Almiron. And it wasn't 1-1 for long. The star boy at Newcastle United puts them back in front here. Newcastle 2. Wolves 1, the leading scorer. Could well have sent Newcastle on their way to 3 valuable points at St James's. Miguel Almiron. But yeah. I don't think that'll be the case now, Jose Ortiz, because the thing Newcastle just scored. Wolves scored around about 4 minutes to go. And the Wolves being equal did not last very long. Newcastle back in front. Miguel Almiron on the 79-minute mark. Scores with real emphaticness. First home goal since October 29. So 2-1, Newcastle. Straight back in front. Quick response to Wolves' goal. Wang. Yeah, back five does not suit many teams at all. And they played well second half, Wolves, but 2-1 it is. Newcastle, Premier League on. Certainly was the man. About 8 minutes left. Still 2-1 Newcastle. Maybe Wolves can find another equaliser here for Semedo. Shifted on by Wang. Too much on it. And Roma have a goal back. Dybala. And it's Roma 2, Sassuolo 3. Dybala will go back for Roma. Normally 2 goals should be enough against Wolves, to be fair, with Newcastle. But not if you're Liverpool at Molineux. If you are Liverpool at Molineux, you need 4 goals to beat Wolves. Because Wolves scored 3 against Liverpool. And piled misery on Liverpool as well. Semedo. And Lamina lost his footing. Conceded the throw in. Willock. Frustrated. Time wasting. There you go. Murphy on his 6th start this season. He's going to be subbed off here. Pierre has his pop from range. Hello. Snyder. Just under 5 minutes to play here at St James's. Newcastle 2, Wolves 1. I doubt them much ahead of time. Kilman. Here. Now we're on. So steps in. Trippier. And Guimaraes. Make sure if anyone's new here, hit subscribe and leave us a like on the stream. As always, appreciate it. Tomato. It will be to Wolves late on. We have just under 2.5 minutes to play. Wilson's come on for the remaining few seconds. Lamina. Forwarded towards Collins. Well, this quite ironically is Wolves' second consecutive game on Sky with Martin Tyler on commentary. And so for throw in here. Five, I think, is the number of added time. Added time normally goes quickly. Five is the number. So Dan Burn out to take this Newcastle throw in. Throwing swiftly through to Zissart. Right now, Nori. You think probably deserved a match, to be fair, yeah. Got that really good headed goal. Sorry about that, folks. I just disappeared for a second then. Slight little snip in internet quality for a second then. Just left you without me for about 30 seconds or so. Back though. Share then. And see the corner. I don't think Wolves are going for equaliser now. They just want to see the game out. Teres Nunez could have easily cleared that for a throw or someone like that. But he just shoved it out for a corner. 32 minutes left as well. I think this is Newcastle 3 points. Amron and Wilson stood over it. Almiron, there's 2 minutes left, and Almiron. Here he goes. Miguel Almiron pulls it back, and oh, what a miss. What a chance, what a miss. Sven Botman on the end of it. Well, it's a nice short corner routine. Love that little flick back to Almiron, who pulls it back. Botman, sorry, he just needs to, well, he just wanted to smash it, didn't he? But if you either play it to the man who's calling, or you just give that a little bit of a feather touch, you may get your luck. But the game is won. You know, unless the Wolves now can find a late equaliser, your game's won. There might be a chance. Nelson Semedo wins a corner late on. As they start. It's going to come up, I think. And Kim by Lamina, still half a minute. A chance around Jimenez. Now by Huang. Back by Lamina. This is probably going to be Wolves' last attack again. Last attack of the match now. All right, Nori. 10 seconds. It is, and that's down Pope's throat. That's the game won. Well, Wolves had a late spell, but yeah, that's the game won. Well, 5-game winless run ended emphatically by Newcastle United. Almiron and Isak on the score sheet to give Newcastle a sensational 2-1 victory here over Wolves. And the results this weekend look a little like this. AFC Bournemouth beating Liverpool by 1-0. It was indeed Philip Billings' goal that made the difference there. A big win for Bournemouth. That second only win, only ever their second. Can't get my words out. There's only their second win ever over Liverpool, and they did that on our first game of the weekend on Saturday. Everton beating Brentford by 1-0. 37 seconds it took Dwight McNeil to score the opening goal. It was, in fact, the winner as well for Everton against Brentford. Leeds United drawing 2 apiece with Brighton. One of the key moments in that match, Jack Harrison scored an own goal and then scored the late equaliser. Patrick Bamford and Alexis McAllister also on the score sheet for Leeds. For Leicester City, they lost 3-1 to Brighton. Ben Chilwell scored the 11th minute opener. The equaliser came in the 39th minute from Patson Daka. But Kai Havertz in 6 minutes of added time scored a stunner, as Paul Merson describes it, to put them 2-1 ahead. And Mateo Kovacic, 78 minutes, sealed the game. And Wout Faes got sent off in the 87th minute with a second yellow card. Assists from Ricardo Pereira for Leicester. Chelsea's assists, Kalidou Koulibaly, Enzo Fernandez and Mikhailo Modric. Tottenham winning by the same scoreline, but against Nottingham Forest, 3-1. Harry Kane on the score sheet in 19 minutes and 35, which was a pen. Son, 62 minutes on the clock, scored his third goal. The consolation goal came from Joe Worrell in the 81st minute. Felipe with the assist for Forest. Pedro Porro and Richarlison with the assists for the 2 open play goals for Tottenham. Crystal Palace beating 1-0 by Man City. A stupid decision by Elise led to a penalty. Totally preventable, but sealed by Haaland. Fulham 0, Arsenal 3 was the scoreline. Gabriel Magalhaes scoring 3 times in 4 games against Fulham now. And also it's twice consecutively that he opens scoring against Fulham away from home. And Manchester United drew 0-0 with Southampton after a Casemiro red card. Southampton were able to comfortably hold on for a 0-0 draw. They could have even gone on for the win. West Ham drawing 1-1 with Villa. Villa got the opening goal in the 17th minute through Ollie Watkins. And the equaliser came from Saeed Benrahma, who scored a penalty into the top bin to make it 1-1. That's how that game finished. Newcastle here beating Wolves by 2-1 with Isak, Almiron and Hwang on the score sheet. Still to come in midweek, there's 2 rescheduled fixtures. Brighton hosting Crystal Palace, the A23 derby, or the M23 derby, and Southampton hosting Brentford. We may be live for that one. And yeah, that's it, folks, from me. So I hope you all have a very good evening. That is the end of this week in the Premier League, weekend of the Premier League football, but still midweek action to come. And all that's left to say is, we are top of the league. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. So that is the end of Super Sunday. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for our Serie A debut, which sees AC Milan up against Salernitana. In fact, before I go, let's have a little look at the schedule for the next week. Tomorrow, then, just double checking what is on. So yes, it will be either. Well, I think it will be that. Yeah, AC Milan taking on Salernitana. 7:45 it kicks off. Tuesday, championship options, in which see we're going to have that versus Coventry City on Sky Arena, or we can see Man City taking an RB Leipzig, or Porto versus Inter Milan. Middlesbrough Stoke City is the other championship option, and I'm still rattling my head about which one I'm going to do. Wednesday, there's loads of options on Wednesday. And 7:30 kickoffs of Southampton, Brentford and Brighton Palace in the Premier League, of course. Or we can see Hull host Burnley on 7:45 in the Championship on Sky Arena. But I think our focus will be Real Madrid, Liverpool. Although we may do the Premier League fixture instead. Sunderland, Sheffield United also. Thursday will be Arsenal versus Sporting Lisbon, Sporting Club, Portugal. Friday, Newcastle are at Nottingham Forest. Saturday, it is actually a mixture. So 12:30 on Saturday. It's options of Woking versus Chesterfield in the Vanarama National League, or we can see Millwall in action against Rangers. 3 p.m. There's options of Liverpool Fulham, by the way, just to confirm with you, it's postponed. Villa versus Bournemouth. Brentford taking on Leicester City. Southampton versus Tottenham, or Wolves versus Leeds. And I think we're going to choose I think we are going to choose I fancy Wolves Leeds, but Southampton Tottenham sounds good as well. I think we might do Southampton Spurs. And 5:30, there will be Chelsea versus Everton offer. And we might as well just take a little look at see what's on Sunday, FA Cup wise. So we'll go on to the 31 days section. We will be doing Arsenal versus Crystal Palace at 2 o'clock. If you want to see what else is on offer. So there is soccer on Apple TV, Major League Soccer. For the early morning. Sunday. FA Cup wise, Sheffield United host Blackburn Rovers at 12. But we will be not doing that. 2 p.m. is Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. At 2:15, you can see Brighton host Grimsby Town. And then come along, hop along, and join us at 4:30. Manchester United versus Fulham will be the 4:30 game. If there is a game later on, we'll do that as well. In which there isn't. Just going back to Friday, if there is an FA Cup match on Friday night, I'll consider that as opposed to Nottingham Forest versus Newcastle. No. No. No, there isn't. So, no. Yep, so that's definitely all confirmed then for you all. So that's pretty much the schedule. Mostly Premier League and Champions League and UEFA competitions, but there will be the odd FA Cup match in the mixture as well. You want me to do Wigan, do you? Of course you're going to say that. Football and Darts TV. All right then, folks. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I will see you all tomorrow for Serie A.
By Bet365.
Time to take your seat. The thrills and spills of the Premier League, and Manchester City are the champions.